Hi, everyone. My name is Vanessa White Fernandes, and I am a lead presenter with LRJ. And this is a segment of LRJ Classroom Takeover. And we're going to talk today a little bit about emotions. So when you came into school today, you may have had certain feelings or emotions, a mood that you were dealing with or that seemed to be taking you over, right? So maybe you felt one way when you got up this morning. Maybe you felt a little bit different as your morning went on, and now you're in the classroom and maybe your mood has changed yet again. So we're going to talk about, just for a few minutes, the range of moods or emotions that we could go through at any given time. And then we're going to talk about how to tune in with them more. Before we start that, I just want to make two important points. The first one is that any mood or emotion that you experience is completely normal, okay? It's okay to feel what we feel. And sometimes circumstances or other people in our lives or even ourselves could tell ourselves that it's not okay to feel what we feel. It's not okay to be mad or scared, or it's okay to feel happy, but to feel disappointed is not okay, or not to linger with it too long. And I'm here to tell you that any emotion you experience is okay. It isn't good or bad, it just is. And sometimes what feels really negative about our emotions is that we try to talk ourselves out of them, or other people do. So it's just getting good with how we feel and then knowing where it comes from and how to manage it better. So we're going to talk about that for a little bit. And we're going to start by talking about all the different ways that our emotions can kind of feel intense or overwhelming to us, right? So I'm going to start by sharing my screen. And I'm going to share a slide with you that identifies a lot of different range of emotions. So this big wheel here with all these different colors encompasses a lot of different emotions. So we're going to focus first on the middle of the emotion and feeling wheel. And in the middle, we have 6 different common emotions or feelings that we may be familiar with. Joy, which could be also described as happiness, feeling really good, contented. There's love, which all of us are pretty familiar with. Surprise. So a lot of times that can feel more on the positive side. And then there's others such as sadness, anger, and fear. And those tend to be the ones that we say feel more negative or heavy or that we don't enjoy as much. And what I want you to notice about the emotion and feeling wheel, first of all, is that each feeling or emotion tends to have some colors associated with it. And as the circle goes out and gets wider, there are other words in each main emotion in the center. And that is because it can be hard to find the right words to describe what we're feeling. Sometimes the word love might not cover it. Maybe what we're really feeling is peaceful or satisfied or compassionate. But the word love kind of encompasses a lot of those emotions in that area. Same with fear. We may not even be able to use the word fear to describe how we feel. But maybe we are feeling helpless, or we're feeling a sense of panic or overwhelm by our emotions. And so there's a lot of different words that could describe the feelings we're feeling. And the reason that I like this chart is, first of all, it puts all the words out there for you to use to describe whatever it is you think you're feeling. So there's not a lot of judgment around that. Not a lot of room for us to say, I shouldn't be feeling this way. The other thing is that sometimes when we have trouble finding the name, this can help us to find the right name to name what it is that's going on with us. And that all of these emotions, these main emotions in the middle, could feel like a lot of different things, and they could look like a lot of different things. So let's do one other example, the word surprise. Surprise in a context of someone surprising us with a gift or a party or something that we are looking forward to, that could elicit a positive emotion in us. But other things that could potentially be called surprise maybe don't feel so good. Maybe they feel confusing, or we feel stunned or surprised in a way that feels negative or impacts us in a more negative way. So this feeling wheel is to help you to understand that our emotions can be of any variety at any given time, and that we could experience them all in one day. And I want you to remember as much as you can that our emotions are all so normal and that they can change. So how does that help us? What are we supposed to do if indeed our emotions change over and over again and we really don't know how to manage them, right? It can feel really overwhelming. So we're going to talk about how to manage them. So one of the first things you do before you even take these 2 steps that are suggested here is that you give yourself permission to feel that emotion. You let yourself know it's okay. It's okay to feel what I'm feeling. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel sad. So how do we manage it after that? And how do we improve our reactions? Because our emotions are what we feel. It's that surge of mood that seems to come out of nowhere, right? But then how we react is what we do with that emotion. Sometimes that can feel like it's out of our control. So think of a time while you're sitting here right now when your emotions seem to take you over. So maybe you had a fight with your best friend. And what happened after that is you yelled and screamed at your best friend and you hung up the phone really fast and you didn't talk to them for a couple of days. That's what we would consider our emotions taking us over, because we felt the emotion or had the mood, which we don't have to judge it. But then what happens is we react, we do something because we're feeling this feeling and we don't know what else to do. So when you think about in a time when that happened for you, think about what was the emotion. Were your feelings hurt? Were you angry? Were you disappointed? Were you excited? What was it you were feeling as best as you can remember? And what triggered that emotion? And what I mean by that is, usually it's a circumstance or a person in our lives that stirs up an emotion in us. And it can be really helpful for us to understand after the fact, what was it that brought that emotion up to the surface? It can help us to understand it a little bit better. So, okay, you understand that you have these emotions, it's okay to have them, and that there's usually a person or a circumstance that triggers them. But what can we do to deal with them going forward? How is this helpful to us, right? So the next time that you feel an emotion, so start today, start after this presentation. When you feel an emotion coming on, start to get in tune with your body. What's happening? So maybe you feel scared because you're about to have a test and you're not sure if you're ready. Check in with yourself. What is your body feeling? Is your breathing shallow? Does your heart feel like it's racing? Are your palms sweaty? And then also get in tune with what your thoughts are. Are you thinking to yourself, I can't possibly get through this test. I'm not smart enough. I don't know if I'm prepared. I'm scared. So get in tune with the emotion get in tune with your body, and get in tune with your thoughts. Because you know what? It's all connected. So if you have an emotion, your body is going to respond and your thoughts are going to respond. So get in tune with what's happening. And then the biggest weapon you have to deal with emotions that feel like they're out of your control is your breath. So we breathe all day long, 24/7. Our body knows what to do, right? But when we become conscious of our breaths, it just takes 2 or 3 deep in and out breaths to be able to calm our bodies, calm our thoughts, and come back to what it is we have to focus on right now. So these are some techniques that can help you in the moment. Take a few deep breaths. Close your eyes. Just take a moment to get your thoughts and your emotions together in this moment so you can move forward. Because sometimes emotions can feel like they take us over so much that we don't know what to do next. If you're in a situation with someone that you're having conflict with and the emotion is anger or upset, you can walk away. Take a few deep breaths, walk away, close your eyes, gather your thoughts, come back to the present moment. Do that as much as you can. And just remember that your emotions are a normal way to go through life. And sometimes they may be uncomfortable, and sometimes they may make our bodies uncomfortable. But it's okay to be where you're at, to manage them as best you can, and then to move forward. Now, this may not help you feel like you're managing as best as you could, but we're all learning together. So use these skills the best you can today and keep improving. I hope you have a wonderful day and keep managing those emotions. You can do it.